And if you're using Sanity right, you're modeling not only your content, but also your business. So when the LLM wakes up, it's kind of like, it knows all of your stuff, right?
So we're going to spend our session today actually talking about the agent, which is living in the dashboard here. We're going to see how it makes the most of our content, maybe gives us some insights about our content, and maybe even make something new.
Yeah, but this is about kind of like, what if you could put an LLM, looks over your shoulder, put it inside the studio, and then it could help you as you work. When you flip into sort of this, there's a new feature on the dashboard where you can talk to a thing. So we need to actually scope sort of this, so we need to show the agent what we want to sort of talk about. So here we can see that it knows where we actually are. And my wife is the editor of the website of the city of Oslo. And I asked her, like, what's the simplest thing that you do most often with LLMs? And she was like, rewrite titles. She gets sent articles from people, and she's like, the titles are often bad. It's the simplest thing that I often do. So that's what we're going to ask it to sort of do. We're going to see, have a look at our recent blog titles. Do any of them need punching up? Remember who the audience is. So it goes up and looks at them, and then it does the same thing every single time. It loves Knut's reference to Papa Roach. It's like cut style components into
like
pieces.
10 times, every time.
Yeah. So it does this every single time. We managed to get this story on Hacker News 3 times in 1.5 weeks. So it's a good title, and it gets that. And there's like, stop losing sales to content chaos. It's like, it's not great, right? And then internationalization is more than translating. Yeah, sure. Engineer's guide to content operations. SEO for AI, evolving from web pages to the content lake. It's like buzzwordy, AI SEO, reconsider. I'm like, okay, fix the AI one.
Yeah, moment of truth. Is it any good at writing?
Yeah. So here it knows your schema, it knows what all the documents look like. If it doesn't know the exact shape of the document that it's reading to, we'll go off and look up the shape of it, and then let's see if it can do it.
Stopped using please.
No, fix the AI one. In my nervousness, I've been like, yeah, here it did the right one. From crawlers to embeddings, the new SEO stack. I think it failed, but it's again, you can't get this right every single time. Nice. So this is like running this on easy mode.
Yeah, I can see why it's still better than a search, for example. It like knows our data set. It's able to sort of hone in on those particular things, even if we didn't give exact wording, right? It was just able to kind of get our tone of language, the kind of vibe that we have, because it's reading that from our data set.
Yeah. So I think the next thing to sort of try is to give it something really, really hard. Let's see if it do really hard sort of work, really difficult work. So the next thing that we want it to do is that we want it to look at how many feedback documents we have.
Do you need to change your context, or are you good?
No, it's fine.
Perfect.
So here we're asking. So in our documentation on every single story, there's a thumbs down and a thumbs up, and you can leave a sort of comment. And the question is, how many of these documents do we have? And just a second, and it will go and look. And here, it's actually running Grok. It's like it knows how Grok works. It's running queries in the background. So we have 21,704 of these. And it's become pretty easy for companies to gather a lot of context, or a lot of data about the processes that they have. But it's still very difficult to analyze it. So the question is, can we then ask for this to do something really difficult, like make a highly detailed analysis of the feedback on our documentation since 2024, and we can ask it to start going, and then see what it actually does.
And this is because it's just more feedback than any human we would want any of our employees to do, but also that any human could just go through. So it's going to read all of it and just get us like the high level insights, right? Something that we could
just a second might be overselling it a little bit.
Yeah. It's not just for a second. Yeah, it's
a lot of documents.
It's actually doing it's finding the documents from the beginning of 2024, and it's doing a fan out, and it's actually summarizing all of them.
Because now it's basically doing deep thinking. Like
it's doing like deep thinking on that specific set. So it's looking at all of the documents, summarizing them recursively, and then we need to come back in a little while.
Is this what we call research mode in it? Is that what
It's sometimes it will actually. Now it was very clear, but sometimes it will ask, like, do you really want me to spend time on going off and looking at sort of this?
Right.
So we need to do something else.
I think just a second is kind of AI version of a progress bar, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, I'm doing stuff. So we need to actually do something while it's doing this. So I think that we should go here, and then we should ask for something else.
I think something that a lot of our marketing team does, for example, is does research on the internet, right? They want to sort of inform their work with what's happening online. So the bot can also look up things online.
Yeah, so very often doing editorial work is combining some external data source with some internal documents. You're kind of like, what are our competitors doing? Does our competitive landing page for product X resonate with what people are saying on sort of Reddit right now? So what we can do here is that we can say, what's the JavaScript internet talking about right now? So like just go off and have a look. It's like, I'll search JavaScript discussions and trends.
Poking
goes
around
off.
search trends.
Has a look. It's poking.
Okay.
It's major trends for 2025. TypeScript is becoming mandatory. WebAssembly integration. React versus Angular versus Vue. People are still talking about this. And then so it's a classic stuff, right? So you can then.
Yeah. How does this relate to us?
Yeah. So how does this relate to us? So that then we of course have our changelog, internal and external facing stuff in these documents, so we can then ask it to go look at what we actually shipped, and then be like, what stories should we write that would appeal to people with the discussions that they're having right now? So you can then do these things where you combine the documents that we have with what external people are writing and sort of doing in a simple conversational way.
And these are pretty technical documents. They're about React compiler and portable text improvements.
While the JavaScript world debates frameworks, we've been shipping features that actually matter. It's
true, that's
pretty
spot
good.
on.
It's pretty good. So real-time collaboration, developer experience that doesn't suck, serverless first features, why this matters. So this again shows how you can then combine these different data sources and just get more work done. So
I think what everybody wonders now is that is Nano Banana involved? Do you have, is that already?
So that's the thing that we managed to get shipped yesterday also. So we
it is, right?
So we can go here, and this is also available in the Agent Actions API now. So here we have this hall actually, and here we have. So here we're in a story about sort of about this event, and then I don't know, we can have this picture be of.
Maybe we can just put in some afternoon like light in.
Take the
like
main
a nice
image, take and fill it with the glorious evening sunshine. Okay. Is that approximately the right?
We can do,
exactly. We can do that. So, of course, the use for this is like this is starting to become good enough that if you have some kind of product, you can make the variants. So you can make the blue version and the pink version and have the product be in Paris and in London or wherever. Yeah, here it's sort of doing this. The fact that this is available as an agent action also means you can combine it with functions, make it a part of pipelines.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah, we have like a beautiful.
You just fixed it.
That was beautiful.
So no, come on. We're in the next tab, and here we're asking exactly the same thing. And it's conducted a comprehensive analysis. And the thing that the bot isn't factoring in here is that happy people don't leave a lot of documentation feedback. So it is quite negative because that's it's a matter of.
We take that.
So we have like this. Why the hell isn't there a description option for field groups? This tutorial is in need of a fine-tooth comb. All quick start guides, sarcastically, are the same and explain nothing. And then so it goes through what we should sort of be doing to fix our documentation.
It's like Hacker News, that stuff.
Document level performance, top performers. Yeah, this stuff is great, and this stuff needs immediate attention. And this, I think, is quite sort of useful, that you can get these reports out. It usually takes like 5 minutes, and then you get these reports of large content collections out.
And when it's working like that, it could both combine your content sources and also search on the web. That could be part of this research, right?
In the future, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Before it goes GA, probably, but not right now. But thanks for asking.
But speaking of going GA, actually,
yeah.
now is maybe a good time to
Yeah,
say.
now is a good sort of time, because so this is the agent. So it lives in the dashboard, can work across studios. Before it goes GA, it will be able to handle releases, work in media libraries across Canvas, understand if you're describing what your business does in the schemas, it will understand that too, which is a really attractive proposition. It knows kind of what our organization does just from looking at the schema. And yeah.
Yeah, we'd love for people to try it. So
Yeah.
we could get a QR code on screen, please.
So it's actually, if you're wondering when you can try this, the answer to that is you can try this now.
Yes.
Because it's in a preview, it's going into preview now, and then it's going to be, we don't know when it's going to be launched, but we're hoping to launch it soon. And
Try it out.
Yeah,
we want feedback.
What we really want for people to sort of do is to share it with people they work with in editorial, and then come to the Discord and yell at us in the agent channel about what they would like for it to sort of do. That would be super useful for us.
This limited release stuff is only about setting the right expectations.
Yeah, it's about it's us figuring out what you think that this thing should be sort of doing. And it can patch documents, it can translate, it can do these reports, it can search the web. There's quite a few things that it can already do. There's loads more stuff planned.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for showing. So
amazing.
Agent in your mailbox, you can start playing, testing it out, and give us feedback. Thank you, Evan and Carolina.